Want bigger, stronger, and more defined arms? You know, the kind with those insane veins popping out? Let's be real, it's a super common fitness goal, but so many of us think you absolutely need an expensive gym membership or massive racks of heavy equipment just to get started building an impressive upper body. But what if you don't? What if literally everything you actually need is already with you right now? Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're doing a total breakdown of a highly accessible bodyweight-only workout straight from the popular guide, the 5-minute at-home arm sculpting routine. We're going to completely strip away all that complicated fitness jargon and look exactly at how a highly concentrated 5-minute burst of effort can target your biceps, triceps, forearms, and significantly improve your overall muscle definition. All right, here's our agenda for today. 1. Unlocking visible arm veins. 2. The tricep destroyers. 3. Biceps, core, and burnout. And finally, 4. The long-term growth formula. Let's jump right in. Section 1. Unlocking visible arm veins. Let's look at the biological foundation. So there are basically 4 non-negotiable factors for visible arm veins: muscle growth, lower body fat, good hydration, and your genetics. Now take a really close look at that list. What's absolutely fascinating here is that this explainer and the routine we're about to dive into really only tackles that very first factor, muscle growth. It builds up the muscle underneath and increases your arm strength. But the rest of those factors, maintaining a lower body fat percentage, staying perfectly hydrated, and dealing with your baseline genetics, those are entirely up to your lifestyle and biology. You can build the muscle for sure, but you have to peel back the layers to actually see the veins. Now, the pacing of this routine is incredibly strict, exactly 60 seconds per movement. In this quick 5-minute routine, there are 5 specific movements, and you're dedicating 1 full minute to each. The whole game plan here is to maximize your time under tension, which is honestly the secret sauce for bodyweight muscle growth. Moving on to Section 2, the tricep destroyers. We are targeting arm size. You might not know this, but your triceps actually make up a massively large portion of your upper arm size. So if you want bigger looking arms, these guys are your primary target. For the absolute first minute of your workout, we're hitting diamond push-ups. You'll get into a standard push-up position, but you place your hands really close together right underneath your chest, bringing your fingers together to literally form a diamond shape. Keep your body totally straight, engage your core, and slowly lower yourself down before pushing back up. This specific hand placement completely shifts the load, putting massive tension directly on the triceps, forcing them to do all the heavy lifting. And our source material is super adamant about this one crucial point: focus on quality over speed. You're trying to perform as many controlled repetitions as possible inside that 60-second window. It's entirely about deliberate, slow pacing rather than just rushing through sloppy reps to hit some high number. If you start using momentum, you're literally stealing tension right away from the muscle. Okay, as we roll right into minute 2, the routine shifts. We're moving from diamond push-ups, which give you that maximum isolation of the triceps, over to close grip push-ups. For this second minute, you'll just widen your hands a tiny bit so they're narrower than shoulder width. But crucially, you gotta keep your elbows tucked really close to your sides as you lower down, pushing through your palms and squeezing hard at the top. This movement continues to absolutely destroy your triceps, but it also begins engaging your chest and shoulders, creating intense overall muscle tension without needing a single piece of equipment. All right, Section 3, biceps, core, and burnout, focusing on the front arm and total body. Minute 3 is super interesting because I know a lot of people wonder, how on earth do I target my biceps without dumbbells? Well, the answer is body weight bicep curls. Since biceps absolutely need constant tension to grow, you're going to use your own body to provide it. Step 1, place one hand against the other. Step 2, perform a curling motion with one arm while pushing down against it with your opposite hand, creating your own heavy resistance. Step 3, simply alternate arms halfway for your 60 seconds. You are quite literally fighting yourself to activate those growth-responsible muscle fibers. It's brilliant. Moving right into minute 4, we hit plank shoulder taps. You'll start up in a high plank position, hands right under your shoulders. Then you're just slowly tapping your opposite shoulder. But here's the real challenge, and where the arm endurance and body control actually come in: keeping your hips perfectly stable. You have to keep your core incredibly tight and actively avoid rotating your body as you tap. The longer your muscles stay under this kind of total body tension, the more intense the workout becomes. And here we are, the final minute. Minute 5 is literally called the final burnout. For the first 30 seconds, you're going to stand up straight, extend your arms straight out to your sides, and do these small, perfectly controlled arm pulses. Then, right at that 30-second mark, you transition into a strong arm flex hold. Just squeeze your muscles as hard as you possibly can until the clock finally runs out. This specific combo floods the muscles with blood to create a really powerful pump, which instantly makes your arms look fuller and much more defined. The source guide gives us a really simple command for this last minute. Challenge your limits. You really have to push through the intense physical burn right here, at the very end, because that isometric flex hold, that's exactly where you force the muscle to adapt and grow. Which brings us to section 4, the long-term growth formula. Let's look beyond those 5 minutes. Okay, we absolutely have to talk about this concept because it's essentially the bedrock of all fitness, progressive overload. Basically, it's the gradual increase of stress placed on your body during exercise training to continuously build muscle and strength. Just doing the exact same routine with the exact same resistance forever, yeah, that won't work. As your arms get stronger, you must slowly increase the difficulty. That means pushing a little harder on those bodyweight curls or doing a few more controlled reps of the push-ups within your minute just to keep the muscles growing. But we've also got to look at the holistic picture here. If you really want that vascular, athletic look, you've got to be disciplined outside of the workout too. Let's look at the checklist. For nutrition, you absolutely must eat enough protein to rebuild the muscle. For recovery, you got to stay hydrated. And for body composition, you have to maintain a healthy body fat percentage because otherwise those veins are going to stay totally hidden under a layer of fat no matter how huge the muscle underneath actually gets. So you're probably wondering, how often should you actually put yourself through this 5-minute gauntlet? Well, the magic number from our source material is 3 to 5. To actually see tangible results, you need to commit to performing this rapid routine 3 to 5 times per week. It's only 5 minutes, sure, but it requires serious frequency. I want to share this final quote from the guide with you all. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and keep pushing toward your goals. Honestly, let this be the mantra that guides your fitness journey, because building stronger, more defined arms isn't the result of a single magical workout. It's the result of applying focused tension day by day, week by week, and supporting all that hard effort in the kitchen. So here's the big question you need to answer right now. When will you schedule your first 5-minute session? Seriously, go look at your calendar today. It's literally just 5 minutes. You don't need a gym, you don't need fancy weights, you just need a floor and a little bit of willpower. So when are you going to start building?